Hello YouTube, it's a Sunday and I'm not doing any hard work today, but it is nice. It's only 70 degrees in the shop this morning, but it's a little after 10. It will be getting hot today though. Here's the problem with this vise. It's so sloppy. Look, see it move down here? I wonder if you can see this piece about what it does when you're trying to tighten it. See that? This goes up. Got a couple of nuts under here. Gonna hold that up. I've got several different ways I hold homemade parallels, homemade brass jaws, but see what it does? And then you try to crank it tight and it just, I got this loose right here, so that's why that's sloppy. This bolts down. You can kind of see that bolt there. This is what that special wrench is for. When you get the vise where you want it, or you can snug it up what you want so you can slide it. Oop, don't get the camera off there. Rocky on the tripod, taking you for a ride. I think you can see what I mean. Let's go over to my little work area at the desk and we'll flip her over and show you what I'm going to try to do. Not a machine shop, but I got to do something better than that. I have some pieces I want to make, and this is not acceptable. It's just all over the place when you're trying to get it flat in here, because this is all whatever perpendicular with the chuck. You know, I made sure that this table is just right. It's almost level over here. I checked that for the fun of it. This thing's almost level set in here with the world. You know what that means with the world? That's not level. It means level with the world. I think you know what I mean. That's what a level does. Okay, enough time to talk about that. 2 minutes of playing around on this. But oh well. We'll back up here. Made a little shelf for my air compressor. See that? I'm still going to hook it with something like a strap or something so it doesn't really vibrate, but safety first, right? You don't want that thing falling. Just simple, made out of scrap plywood. Got junk down there, jack stands. I moved the torch over there. Here's the cabinet. If you haven't watched the video when I put in the outlet strip, there's the outlet strip up there. And there's my catch-all. I used to have just a flat piece. I should have something so it sets kind of like that. So I get all my chips on there, then I can take and dump it out my big trash can outside. See? You don't get so much mess. So you sweep it off, it drops on there. So it's a good tip of the day. Keep your area clean. That way that stays clean under there. Okay, let's go to work. Well, here's your problem. We're going to try to shave some of the metal off this, so this fits tighter against here. I know it's not a machinist vise. I got this one at a Home Depot because the one at Harbor Freight, the fit and finish was not as good as the Irwin one. They're the same one as Harbor Freight. I'll bet anybody. It just, this one had a little better fit or finish, because I'd been at both stores. So I probably paid $2 more for this one. Just I wanted a pretty blue color. Anyway, enough of the lies. Enough of the lies. I want the blue. There you go. Give you a whole view here. Spin you around. It's just a cheap vise. I mean, still. I don't know if I'm going to re-sand these or not. I may. If I do it might be going across the disc sander. Belt sander can tear up stuff, I'm telling you. The disc sander is a little more accurate. So, you know, they get abused. That's why I put them in. I have the regular jaws for those, okay? I built these for soft stuff so you don't want to hurt it. Okay, enough yak on that. We're talking about this job more than doing it, but it's one of them videos. Here you go. Quit wiggling it to fix it. Okay. We're going to degrease it first. This thing's scummy. We're going to work on it and clean it first. So stay tuned. Okay, we're all clean and degreased. This should not set flush with this because common sense, right? How's it going to keep it from rocking? You know what I mean? If this sticks out more and you put the thing in, okay. So it has to be lower. There's no way to get this off here. that I know of, I'm not going to break it. Here's a problem we found. This goes on. You can do this on camera. This goes on like that. See that? Get something. It's bad. That thing is bad. There's your problem, Jim. Oh, guess what I was watching the other day that had some Montgomery Ward rivets. See that? Powercraft. I mentioned I have a Powercraft welder. Came from Ward's. Because in the comments over there, they had their own line of tools. Powercraft. I fixed this one up a while back. Can you see it? K for craft. It's a good old screwdriver. It's kind of one of them ones that probably was for number 1 and number 2 filled. See how it dips down in there? They're not a very good screwdriver when they do that. Or it could have just been Ward. But they made them that way, like universal. No, they were not very good screwdriver when they did that. Tried to make 2 bits in one. Remember certs? 2 bits in one? I'm old. Yes, I am. Look it up on YouTube, the commercials there. Okay, we're going to straighten this out and put it on there and see what happens. We have our screws soaking in some acetone. That stuff's getting hard to find. I was in the store the other day. No 91% rubbing alcohol. I was in 3 stores. I went to a Dollar General. I was nice and left 1 bottle of 100% acetone nail polish remover. And I have a bottle of the fruity, smelly stuff that I should have used for degreasing. But this was handier. So the good stuff I'm going to use before I paint. This is going to be a long video, but some of the stuff's good stuff. Look at that. See the dirt in there? Switch it around. This is like a soup can with a pop top now. Cheap brand. They're nice cans. If you want to clean something, you want to clean off your brush, that lip, they're nice. They're nice cans for cleaning stuff. I save cans. Okay, back to work. We'll see what we can do to fix this. Okay, we took this back here. It didn't matter. You could tell I ground this lower than this. Okay, just use the Dremel stone. See where we kind of got carved at an angle. That way when I come up here, where you're going to be using it, this sets lower. This has to be lower than this. And I took this over my 2.5 pound hammer. It still could be whomped on a little bit more. And I hit it both ways. We're going to Loctite these screws. There's only 2 and it only came with 2. Believe it or not, it only came with 2 screws. Kind of weird, huh? I'm going to look to see if there's a set screw in there. So, we'll be back. Oh, spray carburetor cleaner here. And I wear my goggles, okay? Just tell you a safe thing. I wear my goggles. I'm spraying carburetor cleaner, and it sprayed back and got me on my neck. So I got a water spritzer bottle. I wet down a paper towel and wiped off my neck. I should use a full face shield, but just show you. Grab your goggles. I don't care if you're going to spray 1 drop of carburetor cleaner. Put on some safety goggles. Don't rely on wearing glasses. We're going to look down in there. We're curious. We swear that should come out of there. I don't know how they could have pressed it. Okay? There's no way they could have pressed that hot in the factory and then painted it around that screw. We'll let you know. We'll be back. Well, looky there. Let's take this out. We don't have a surface plate, but we're going to, what do they call that when you put a piece of sandpaper like on your granite surface plate and then you sand it smooth? I've asked that in another video. I know what it's called when you level it out. I know what it's called. So we're gonna take that out and do a little bit of work on this block. Look at there. That's why there's a 3rd hole. I got looking down there, so much scum in there, and I just kept spraying the carburetor cleaner. I stuck my little screwdriver down in there. It's good to have little tools like that. You know, I got a screwdriver to fit it, but that's like a 4. I just grab it off the bench. Aha! See? This is worth watching the video. Now you know how to take one of these apart. Stay tuned for more. Okay, various grits of sandpaper. That's like 36, 220, that's like 600. We never even used that. We also did the other side of the rails here. sand them smooth. Good thing I did that because you probably can't see it. I had a high spot in here, so I kept taking this down when it mattered. It's kind of off a little bit. So this has to set lower than here because when this tightens up, we're going to put Loctite on them and get it snug just right so it's not too tight to use. But we're trying to get that rock out of there. I almost am tempted to make a bigger plate for this. We have not decided yet. We're not going to be committed to Loctite these screws when we're done. We're not putting Loctite on that one for this shaft. Ain't that neat? Well, I figured it out, see? I just got thinking, look down that hole, what's in there? Well, there's a set screw in there. I'm going to take a break and we'll be back. This is going to be a long video, but oh well, look at the information we're getting here. We're all learning this together. Is that saying we're all in this together? Is that red green? You ever watch Red Green? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, we have no more rocky back and forth. The screw, I've got the screws in here a little too tight, but we're going to Loctite them. All we have is the blue stuff. Disregard the brand name. I found it. Of course, we'll put some grease on here. And you see that rusted old screw? Yeah, we'll clean that up. So there we go. So let's get this part done. And then I'll have to do the jaws. This is going to be a long video. I'm not making two parts. We're going to lap. I think that's called lap on the plate. We're going to lap the brass jaws. I've got them lettered front back. We're going to lap these on some nice sandpaper and get them nice and cleaned up. They'll be pits, but they'll be nice and smooth. So that'll be the next thing. We'll just show you them when they're done. You see how nasty they are. That wasn't cheap either for that brass. It's not for the weak hearted. Probably $20 for the brass. I'd rather have this stiff to use and be accurate than have it all sloppy. We also put grease on the threads. Okay, stay tuned. Sorry if you don't like long videos. Yeah, I'll put a little rant here. Guy told me I ramble on too much, blah 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 blah, my videos, and I told him if you don't like my videos, don't watch them. Don't leave rude comments. And I even pinned their comment to the top of the page so people can see it. Maybe kind of embarrass them. My videos are always rambling on. I hope nobody don't mind that. Let me know. Should I hurry up and just show you the quick this how-to, or do you like some rambling and talking in there? What do you like? There you go. This is the video to vote. Should I just hurry up and slap together and show you this is it, like those TV shows, or would you rather have a little bit of rambling in there? If you're bored. I try not to make 30-minute videos, but I did make a 20-minute one a while back. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, this will have a light coat of grease here too. And I'll just probably use my, I have it here. It's molybdenum graphite grease. Real thin coat, but it's good stuff. I like it. It's slippery. Okay, enough of that. We come back and we'll all be done. We're not going to show you anything. It'll be sanding, lapping. It'll just be done. We'll have the thread locker on there and we'll show you the finished product. So that's it. We're done talking. When we come back, we'll just show you how pretty it looks. Okay, and we are done. This does kind of kick up when it gets up here. This is normal. This way. That's the way they made it. It does kind of kick up a little bit. We'll back off again. Come in. Of course, always tap down with a hammer on what you have in here. A lot better. And we've got plenty of grease. Have a picture at the end of the type of grease I use. This is all coated. There's grooves in here, which helps hold the grease. It's greased underneath, down in there where that little piece of metal runs back and forth. Plenty on the screw. You would not believe how easy this was. And I had the screws tight, and then I put the Loctite on it where I wanted it. And then I put the grease on it. It's a lot easier to turn. I mean, you can do it with one finger, but you can, but I've never really liked how these handles work, but I just put up with it. You can see how I'm over here cranking on it like this. They flop and they, you know, just about tempted to put some kind of a T-handle on this thing. I never really liked that. Maybe it'll be another future project. There you go. Thanks for watching. Look for the pictures at the end. Oh, somebody asked me that. This is from an oscillating drum sander. This drill is oscillating. Okay. So, it has a drum sander. It goes up and down. And I have a little project one of these days I need to do. And I will show that. Maybe show that in action. But I've never used it. If I use it, I probably won't go up and down. But don't ask why some of these have different size holes. And I think this one when you don't use it, yeah. I have some different sizes. If I ever find this stuff's I'll throw to my toolbox. So there you go. Thanks for watching. We're done. We're out of here. We're going back in. It's starting to get hot out.